Am I audible?
Yes.
So good afternoon to the distinguished guest and all the participants from across the legal fraternity. On behalf of Acropolis Institute of Law, Indore, I welcome you to the first day of the Faculty Development Program on Research Methodology and Technological Advancements in Legal Research. The Acropolis Group, founded in 2005, has always aimed to redefine professional education. The Institute of Law continues this legacy by bridging the gap between traditional jurisprudence and the digital frontier, ensuring future ready in an era of rapid technological shift. Before we begin our first technical session, let us take a moment to reflect on the journey of our institution. I invite you all to watch a short video on the rich legacy and the pursuit of excellence that defines the Acropolis Institute of Group of Institutions.
We're walking with the burden to enlighten all, spreading the ray of wisdom in you all, focusing on winning blocks of the road, following leaders who made us to roar. Acropolians, we are the Acropolians. 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 Climbing the peak to the spire, starting with the trust and leaving a trail for the world. By overcoming the challenges in the tough passages, we have kept our head held high. Acropolians, we are the Acropolians. On a journey to the stars, we are the Acropolians. Converting dreams into a vision seen, showering wisdom wherever we be, creating a winning zone everywhere, and crowning ourselves with a golden name. Acropolians, we are the Acropolians. Acropolians, we are the Acropolians. Acropolians, we are the Acropolians. Acropolians, we are the Acropolians.
To lead the first session, it is my absolute honor to introduce today's resource person, Professor Dr. Gitanjali Chandra, Professor and Principal at the Acropolis Institute of Law, Indore. Professor Dr. Gitanjali Chandra is an academic leader with over 29 years of experience across higher education, administration, international visiting professorship, NGO advocacy, and court practice. She holds a distinguished academic record, including a BA, LLB, LLM, PGDCLM, and a postdoctoral LLD. Throughout her career, she has been instrumental in institution building, having established the CPJ School of Law and the Acropolis Institute of Law. She has served as the founding head of Amity Law School, Dubai, and as visiting faculty at prestigious global institutions including Curtin University, Australia, Geneva Business School, Switzerland, and Skyline University, UAE. In 2021, she further bridged the gap between law and technology by founding LEDX, an innovative edtech platform. She authored a book on public interest litigation and environmental protection and has published numerous Scopus Index papers on AI, blockchain, cybersecurity, green computing, sustainability, online dispute resolution, social security, election, and many more. Her Harvard Business Review case study, Philly Cafe Going Global, is a globally recognized resource utilized by over 50 universities worldwide, including Harvard, University of Toronto, and University of Florida. Beyond her technical expertise, she is a poet and a solo traveler who has explored 30 countries, embodying a philosophy of growth through diverse global experiences. Ma'am, we are privileged to have you open this FDP with your session on using AI for legal research. The virtual floor is yours. Dr. Gitanjali, you can start.
Yes, now you can hear me. Yes. So, thank you for the introduction. Thank you, Namrata, and thank you for the participants. So, like already, I can see that almost 126 and still more left. But we'll start with the AI, this workshop related to it. How I am going to deal with it. See, AI, because we will start with the basic information what AI is. So, hope of everyone, your camera is on, Namrata. So, so the most important part is why it is important to know AI. See, it is when you see that, like yesterday also we see there is an agenda of teaching AI to the so many people and the thousand of people. That's the agenda of the government also. And why this become an agenda, I'll tell you for a brief. See, the thing is when we started the computer, we have the computer. We came with the supercomputers and all these computers. So we have to be aware of, and the language we were using it not same as what we were using in computer. So but we were scared of computer, we were scared of using this technology, same like when we were understanding, we were not able to understand what AI will do. See, AI is going to simplify the work. I will use that old key, like I don't ask about like which language you prefer. It is you want in Hindi English, you want English, you want Hindi. Anyone can chat. I can see continuously the chat box, so anyone can write. If it is you are okay with the language, then I will keep continuing with this. Yes, English.
English.
So basically, that's finding a haystack from a like finding a needle from the haystack. That is the way how this is work. But it is easy. This is very difficult to find a needle from the haystack. But in the era of AI, it is very easy. It take few seconds. So that is how it is simplify your work. So whenever we were talking about AI is becoming important because AI is helping us reducing our time which we are spending on search, which we are depending on very the work which can be done by a machine. But still, you have to apply your mind. That is more important. So today we are going to discuss about what result methodology. When we talk about the result methodology for the as I'm teaching in a PhD, so the student always, because nobody is there to initially told them that like, when they are in the stage of synopsis, that how to make a synopsis or how to make it and how to choose a topic. That's the most important part. So taking it in the consideration that how to choose a topic, that I will start this topic. But before that, I'm going to share this one document with on the screen. See, okay. Yes. Is it visible? Yes. Namta, is it visible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, okay. So we were talking about AI. See, basically, whatever the language we spoke. So whatever the language we spoke, it is not difficult. I can understand Malayalam. I can understand like other language. I can understand Tamil. So I can't understand all the language. So there is an. But see, the thing is, if it is, I'm talking to someone and asking some question. I have to be, as I asked to you, that like you have to be which language you prefer. But this is not the case of AI, because AI understand the basic language what we used to speak. Obviously, if you take the mode of Hindi, it will take a Hindi. If you take a regional language, it will understand this. So AI is advanced algorithm. And what is algorithm? Algorithm means suppose we have designed something in that way, he understand everything. Everything means suppose if I'm asking for if I'm going for an electricity board, or if I'm going for a consumer forum, so what generally the question will ask, what kind of question, probability of that question, how this question going to be asked, what could be the problem. Suppose consumer came for a certain problem or a motor accidental case, some accident happened, so like obviously the people need compensation, and when it is a compensation, then obviously he want the compensation in the fastest mode, that's why he's coming to the lok adalat. All these things, so what kind of question will come to his mind, this is the presumptions, and based on assumption there are certain algorithm will set. But nowadays it has become very advanced. So it is actually a natural language process to understand, which called normally NLP, to understand and process complex human language rather than just see the keywords. So kaise, how it works? It works like a, if you are asking for what is space, so it will explain what is space. But if it is he don't understand, space can be in a way of a particular space between me and you, space between a space, we were talking about the space technology, we were talking about the universe. So in that times, whenever we were using certain words, it will understand in a human way, it will understand. For that, the most important part for AI is that you have to give a correct prompt. Coming to the, I will come definitely to the prompt, that how to write a prompt and all these things. Before we have to understand the two, it's a term just to for the basic understanding. What is machine learning and what is a machine learning, and how the system works. So machine learning is, there is a system that improve their performance as they expose to more data, enabling them to predict legal outcome based on historical pattern. Suppose something is already available on internet, that means the historical part, that the something is already available, and if it is some certain things are available, then they have to so because human memory might be, I will forget, nowadays I forget many things. So if it is, I have to recall, there is a medium where he can find out from the history, that he will, the machine learning work in that way, that they will come with certain outcome. Now coming to the new term, a generative AI. Send a specific subset that create a new content, such as summarize to lengthy code transcript or initial draft or legal document. What does it mean? Means suppose you have certain you want to ask about certain things. So then you are asking, let's suppose my profile. So you have you given the if you have given the prompt Dr. Gitanjali Chandra. Suppose there are a lot of Gitanjali Chandra. If you have to specify, there is a law professor. If you know my research, and if something, some prompt words has to be, some word keyword has to be given, then he'll understand that you are talking. He will suggest certain thing definitely. And the more you search, the more people are searching on AI. Through AI has become more intelligent, because now he have another database. The question will be asked, as I mentioned about presumption, assumption, they have another data set. Okay, we can ask, if people can ask this way also. So they are answering, whenever they are answering, earlier there is two way. But I suppose, for example, is giving a two example of it. Now he'll give a more assumption, based on more assumption, depending upon the what you have asked, or what other people have asking, or what kind of work people are taking up. Suppose a pattern. it also now it is agentive AI also. There's a new thing. There's an agentive AI. So AI is basically focused on producing new content based on learned from existing data. Existing data, yes. Okay. So if somebody's mic is on, please check somebody's mic. Aishwarya's mic is on. Just ask Aishwarya to close the mic. Okay. So whenever it is a AI, whenever focusing on AI, new patterns, new things, he automatically learned that means intelligence word comes from. So artificial intelligence means you are improving as a user intelligence, and this intelligence is continuously increasing, and this is why this is working on the base of natural language processing. Up now, when it is coming to the generative AI, there is a agents who are working. Agent means the generative AI is the creator. How they create? Suppose what should we suppose I am asking for making a photo of, like, I want this color. Normally they made a photo with, like, okay, change the clothes, change this thing. So there are certain AI who are working, because how the main, suppose as a principal, and there are a lot of professors, this FDP we design. So suppose there is Namrata, there is other people who are helping them. So these are the agents to that AI. They are the agents, and suppose that I am the one who is the creator, and then they are giving a different commands, automatically in the system runs, and then you will get the output of it. So how did this all these things and prediction will, how these things comes? Because there are lot many other agents are working, and based on their data, whenever the information pass on, they just pass on to other agents, and there are sub agents who are specialized to it. So that is a technical part of it. They are specialized to it. So they are giving back the information to back, and that's how he create that. If you know this thing, so normally nowadays we were from year we were using this generative AI and all these things, and from year how, and everybody is using one another app in like suppose Gemini in your phone, there is a, the companies are giving. So there is a way of there is a very there is various apps for AI. Now coming to these agentive AI, the goal, what is their goal, these all these things I have explained. Now I'm coming to how to write a prompt. See, the important part is what kind of question you ask. Suppose as a researcher also, whenever you are when you are researching on some research paper, you have certain topic in your mind. If you have a certain topic in your mind, you are going to convert it into, you have to research, you have to convert and break down into different, like there is a way to do something. Suppose topic, I'll take that example of space debris, which I have taken in my I'm going to take in my lecture. So suppose I have taken a space debris, but space debris means what? As I use the word space, space means any space. But when I'm talking about the space debris and I'm talking about the international law, then I'm talking about the space debris, which is actually the waste which are available in like the space. So when you are talking about these topics, so like it is how and what, how to give a prompt, that is important. And this whole lecture, when I'm dividing the whole lecture, I have used AI, and this is how we use AI, that is more important to understand. Priya, Priya, Priya.
Kindly mute your mic.
Priya. So now it will come as. Okay. नम्रता एक काम करो, सबको बंद कर सबका माइक.
Done, ma'am.
எடுக்கலாம் போய் பேக் எல்லாம்
Okay, it's done, ma'am.
You have closed Samuel, just message her like he's Samuel, Samira, please don't talk or close your mic. Because if they're unmuting, then like I have to be also unmute myself. Like it's not possible for me to talk. Are you able to hear my voice?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So how to write a prompt? That's important. So there is a formula already given. The character, request, example, provide a sample. There is a formula that is tell who is talking. Suppose I had given the prompt. I'll in the last of this session, I'll give you the lecture I have prepared, that what prompt I have given, how many times the prompt has given. That I'm going to reveal at the end. But right now, what we have to understand how we were writing the prompt. Whenever we were writing a prompt, we have to be chose a character for it. That means who you are. Are you a professor? Are you a law professor? Are you an engineer? Are you asking for, are you a student? That role has to be. So I had given a prompt that, for example, act as a professor of international space. Then what request you want? What kind of topic you want? Then you have to give a specific task. Compare these two legal clause. Suppose I have given this topic. So then you have to be give which two. Then you have to be specify, use the 1972 liability convention as a baseline, and for whom you are doing this thing. It is for the research paper or for a journal audience. So you have to write this also. Then use formal academic jurisprudential terms. So that means what language you want. You want in a layman language, you want in the legal professor language, you want to be write in some other way. So that's important. And that's the way you can write. That's more important. Now coming back to the exclusion and what to avoid. What to avoid means you have to understand what you have to leave. So suppose don't take from movies, don't take from the fictions, don't take from, that has to be the real example. That's why, because there is a chances of when you write a prompt. So what will happen? So what normally will happen? You will understand. There are certain prompting rules which is important. Nobody tell you that how to write a prompt, but like people, we did a training in Infosys, so we came to know that like okay, that's how to write a prompt. So most important part is you have to be, as I mentioned, define a role. As I already told you, professor of international law and a legal consultant to the UN. Suppose I have written this way, so it is UN specific information will also come. Then you have to be, what kind of, are you writing a thesis? Yes, I am. If I'm writing a thesis, the tone actually, the tone was actually Sonam. What Sonam you are doing is you are actually using on a screen, and that screen is actually making a line on the screen, and this is visible for everyone. Okay, so I need a critical analysis of Article 8 of OST use and environmental lens. Send structural constraint. So I will give this example why this topic is coming and how I use the prompt. Then what you want. You want a analysis, you want a comparison, you want a space law, you want to see on an environmental lens. So we'll choose the topic in that way. So whenever we were doing a research, a conventional research way is we do a two-way. We, as a law student, we understand law in book and law in action. So that is a way of doctrinal method and non-doctrinal, empirical research and doctrinal research. So law in book, doctrinal research, law in action, empirical research. So that means what we imply, what we make, how we do, what process we follow. That is like, suppose we are taking interviews, we are taking a survey, we are doing an analysis, but depending upon your research questions. See, basically the most blunder we used to do is we hardly give thrust on our topic or title, which we decide, because title decide everything, and then we will in the later, like we will, as we continue, I'll come to that topic. Now, like we complete with the that's prompt giving, how we were giving a prompt and how we were using the prompt. So taking this example, I'll give you an example. I had already taken a topic like space. I'd given what is space related law. So then what we have to understand. Then he will give space laws. Then if it is because it is international law, obviously the answer will correct. If it is you are taking something very, very country specific or region specific, then you have to mention about the region also. So the perfect template, we normally when we were talking about this, these are the perfect template. If it is because I have used this template, now I'm coming back to topic selection. Because as I mentioned, the research methods are important. What kind of research you are doing, depending upon that topic, you are choosing a research method. So taking a topic, how I research on this topic, and today I have in 2-3 hours how I made it. भाई कौन है जो ये आर्टिस्ट?
Please stop using whiteboard.
See, whosoever is using a whiteboard, please don't use, because it is, you are crossing that the screen and it is actually visible to everyone. Or you are using the touch screen laptop. Topic selection. So important part is topic selection. So whenever you are selecting a topic, the most important part is it has to be original, feasible, and significant. As I mentioned you, that AI will search something which is already there in a database, big database. Whenever something will search, it will come from there. That's why the innovation is important, and that's why the innovation is something which is actually becoming a buzzword in the whole community of legal community, as well as like government is also talking about that. These are the some of the thing, innovation. Why? Because already AI is there. So what new you will do, what new thing you will introduce, how you look at the thing that, and from the top, from the background of the law, it is very difficult to how you see the things. That important lenses are important, that which angle you want to see the topic, that's make a difference. So whenever you are selecting a topic, as I mentioned, that I'm going to cover the AI tools also, which kind of tools in the end, I'll tell you that what kind of tools and how we were using a tools, and some of the tool we will take as the topic progress. So what kind of tool I have used? A PhD topic must be original, feasible, and significant. That's why I explain you that why innovation word comes from, and from where it comes from and why it is needed. Now identify the antinomy. Find two legal principles in conflict: privacy versus national security, and in AI surveillance. Suppose this topic you have taken, then what you want to identify, what you want to do, what is the how much the data availability. Suppose they say whenever you are going for a like finding as I have also researcher, so somebody came to me, you have certain basic idea that I want to do a research on criminal law or international law. So you will come with a broader idea, but what you have researched, that depends upon your literature review, what you have literature you have done, and all these things. So whenever it is an idea, idea generation, normally what we do by the Google Notebook, LM to upload 10-20 paper you like, ask it what are the unresolved contradiction of future research suggestion in these. But before that, you need a paper. So there is an research rabbit is there, connected papers is there. So there are certain apps from where you can find out that these are the some of the apps, these are the some of the places. And then when you have all the research paper available, then you have to be put it into the Google Notebook here. Then when you upload it, then he will come with the sum of the idea. Then you can take this kind of topic. Now, for example, what topic I had given? As I mentioned that I had prepared this whole thing that how we can proceed with the research paper and all. So I had given a strategic topic. Look, I had given only space, debris, and law. So we were not talking about simple space. We were talking about space, debris, but I'm talking about the law related to it. So Is it easy to get the whole PhD thesis or whole topic or whole chapter from AI by giving this simple topic? No. As I mentioned you, the prompt is important. So I have to give why I want this topic, which what kind of comparison we are doing. So see, the thing is how agentive AI work in this. Space debris, generally it is too broad. You must find a legal gap, obviously. Then when you I'm asking about space debris and law, so what he will give a very general and the broad interpretation of it and simple topic that will not solve the purpose who is researching on it. So you have to be identify the antinomy. Kaise? How you are going to do this? You have to be right to perpetual jurisdiction, article this against the duty of environmental protection. For that, I have to read. It is not AI is stopping or AI is reducing the role of the inhuman. No, they are not going to reduce the role of the human. It is going to be the same, but you have to apply your mind what you are searching. So getting article 8 of OST is not possible without you don't have the idea. That's why the human validation, the humanizing is important. And then you have to understand from which source it is coming. So normally, if you see, state owns a dead satellite, state B wants to remove it to save a space station. Can state B touch it without an act of aggression? This is a conflict. If it is a conflict related issue and you want to search something, then you can understand that these are the some of the things which is a clear problem of state. Now, when we narrow down the specific, I'm taking the topic space debris and law, and we will continue this, and we will be searching on. I had already searched on AI how it is work, and this is how we were going with the AI usage of AI. So, a specific angle. How do we hold SpaceX or on web liable for mega constellation debris? This is the question we have asked. Then space object. Does a 1 centimeter paint chip as a part of the space object under the liability convention? So these are the some of the thing which is doesn't comes under the convention. So the question comes to a researcher mind that this is possible or this is not possible. So for this reason, there is the AI is narrowing down the scope. Then it is a instead of asking a space debris and law, there are certain conflict, there are certain things which has to be considered, and then we narrow down the rest of the policy. For that, what regulation is available, because as we are doing a doctrinal research, so what things are available, what instruments are available, that we have to see. So we have to see that there is an Indian Space Policy 2023 rule, and we have to see the US FCC debris rules also. So that's one way to see the topic and narrow down the topic. Now coming to the next, the feasibility. As I mentioned, this is what we have done. We have to, whenever we are choosing the topic, if you remember, topic selection, what we have to do, we have to see the identify the topic, and we have to feasibility, we have to be see the feasibility, we have to be see the that what should be removed, what should not be removed, what should be kept. So these, whenever we were doing all these things, we have to understand. So the first important part is when you select, you have to understand, so you have to read a lot. So the first foremost thing is you have to understand this topic I'm going to do. You have to be fix a topic in your mind, and then once the topic is fixed, then we will not reaching the title. Topic and title is a very different thing. Title of thesis is something very different. It will not comes into the stage very initially. You have a broad idea of topic you want to do in a particular specialization or in particular domain. It could be a domain. International law is domain, space law, international law domain, then space law. Then I want to do a comparison, or this is the problem statement that it is affecting our environment or increasing the it is affecting environment, or suppose it is in fact or it is it due because we are doing certain innovation or we want certain data. That's why we were launching this kind of satellite which become debris after some time and nobody is taking responsibility. So this is the idea basically as a researcher comes to my mind. Then we have to do a feasibility check. Ensure access to, do you have access access of UN committee, peaceful uses of outer space? Do you have a committee meetings reports? Do you have this has to be checked initially, because we have to make a map, a road map into our mind, and then we will use this thing. Then when we were coming, and this, as I mentioned, that we have to see the same topic, the space law, with different angles. How we use the different angle means, suppose that I have chosen a topic, space law, a space debris law. Up then there is a different angle to it. Different angle means there are different lenses to attach to it. We can see in this way, we can see in other way, we can see in a different way. So there is an liability and dispute resolution lens. Liability and dispute resolution lens means we understand that we are going to focus on liability part, and we are not, and dispute resolution part. So when you have now you have space debris, and what to search from literature review. So you have to search difficulty is fault when junk hits a satellite. What happened when junk hits a satellite? So you have to be, you can choose a topic, and we can make a topic in that a way. Reforming the fault-based liability regime, a critical analysis of attributing legal responsibility for non-identifiable space debris on low Earth orbit. So there is a gap, because current treaties require providing fault for in-orbit collision, which is technically impossible when the debris is nameless and 1 centimeter of fragment. Suppose a small chip was there, that is also a waste for a space. But that how it will happen and what will happen? So laws are silent upon it, and who will take a liability? So this is some of the thing which we understand. So there is a different way of taking. There is a liability of dispute resolution lens. We can take the space law topic. Then we can take the environmental and sustainability lens. We can take the same topic. Then the topic will different, because our focus will be different. When our focus will be different, then it is treating outer space as a global common similar to the high sea. That means whenever the oil spill happen, when something is happen, then in that case, environmental and its harms to the environment. So we can see the same way, like if it is when the marine life is actually disturbed because of oil spill, and like almost destroy. So we have to see the space debris in the same way, so that whenever these laws are, the land law, the sea laws are parallel to this, we can put it in that way also. So there is an environment and sustainability lens also we get. So hope you understand that how the example which I am taken, the space debris law, and now we were coming to see that same topic with the different lenses. Then there is an administrative and regulatory. So then the focus again shifted to how national governments like India and US are filing the gaps left by the weak international treaties. So the whole focus is shift to regulatory and administrative lens. So in that way, the topic will also change. The fragmentation of space governance. Now the topic related to comes to the administrative lens. So comparative study of national. So sometimes the researcher struggles for a reason. The struggle research because see, I have seen many examples when the student has given a topic and the topic is changed, initial topic, and the topic is changed in a RDC. And when it is changed in the RDC, because person is into hurry and actually engage in some other work also, or engage with some, not a purely PhD scholar doing, if it is law student, if I take example of law student, giving judiciary also, giving net also, working somewhere also, sometimes practice also, that means there is a different, he is occupied with a different zone and different, he's experimenting at that stage when he's doing PhD. There is a case when you are doing a PhD at your leisure time, then it is a very different case. But here, whenever topic, when they are choosing a topic, they don't think about topic. They think, okay, it is approved by the RDC, let it be like that, and now we're not doing. So once the similar one word will change, it will change the meaning of the entire thesis. But you will not realize, you will realize because you will forget to write a PhD from gradually every month, it is only the person who is doing a focused PhD scholar who is getting a JRF or doing that thing. The JRF also doing a teaching, external exam invigilation, and all these duty of the department when they are JRF in that particular department. But a core researcher will work 6 months, 6 months, but actually, honestly, we were not working six months. We were making a report, but are we really working on 6 months? And in the 6 month gap, we were meeting our PhD super. We were meeting every day, but we were not talking about the PhD, that like this is the progress, how I will progress further. That's more important. That's why they make a 6 months report and all this thing. Now coming to the when it is a regulatory and administrative lens, coming to back to the topic, there is a four lens that we can have, and this is suggested by AI. Then you can see this same topic by the property and sovereignty lens also, that who will be responsible, who is the sovereign responsibility. So the legal deadlock that prevent one country from cleaning up another country junk. So who will take the sovereignty, who will take the, because it isn't based on treaty and the law, international law is a law of obligation. So you can have a different angle. Suppose now I have suppose chosen the topic and finalize the topic that, okay, we will go by environmental and sustainability the topic. So when we finalize by analyzing all these things, depending upon availability of material through AI, I'm talking about in reference to AI. So once we proceed further, then we have to search about thesis framework. We have to be coming to the thesis framework. Whenever the thesis framework, you understand there should be a methodology, there is a thesis framework related to it, and then we have to be designed the blueprint of what kind of research question, because research question is important, hypothesis is important, because that is the guideline which guides you that which direction you are going. Your focus, your topic, and your topic will automatically come when you do the literature review, and that topic is actually a reflection of that hypothesis, and hypothesis vice versa also. So hypothesis, whenever the hypothesis will divide, we will divide into a research question. So research questions and hypothesis one and the same, say research objective, this is our research objective, and these are the research question we have to be understand. So this is research question, choose your tool. First we have to be understand, I'm taking the same topic just to make you understand that space law. So whenever the space law topic we have chosen, and I make up my mind that we will go with the environmental lens. Okay, environmental and sustainability. So what kind of research question he has suggested me? There is space debris is a problem for international law. To what extent fault-based liability regime in 1972 convention failed to address non-identifiable kinetic debris in law? Agar aap sirf, if you are understanding only this much of thing, is space debris the problem of international law? No, this is not going to solve your purpose. Then when you frame the research question, to what extent does the fault-based liability regime in 1972 convention fail to address non-identifiable kinetic debris in low Earth orbit? So this is small chip. When I have taken an example of so who will responsible? Then you have to do a methodological choice that which kind of doctrinal you have to use. So that the suggested doctrinal is liability convention through the lens of Vienna Convention on Law of Treaties, if we are taking about the liability. So we have to be understand, if we are doing a comparative, we are doing a comparative. If we are doing a, like we were talking about the law in economics, then we have to be talk about the perspective, the angle of law. Then there is a various way. There is framework one, the global commons approach. Global for the same topic we were talking, shifting space from place to state activity to protect environment. Because I already mentioned you, if you understanding, or if you are hearing me clearly that we were topping a space debris, we are taking an environmental lens, and now we were taking up thinking about the liability. So whenever we are changing the topic, the shifting already done to the liability part and to protect environment. Who will protect environment? Whenever the environment, it is a concern of the whole world. There is this you are listening for sustainable goals of UN and all these things. So when we are making a research question out of it, to what extent the common heritage of mankind principle as applied in the law of the sea by legally transplanted low earth gravity to maintain debris removal. So who clean the sea? Then they have to be, there's the same way that the orbit space has to be, the same debris has to be removed from the space. That's more important. So how we make a hypothesis? Freedom of use in space, the current freedom of use in space is legally subordinate to the prevention of transboundary harm principle, and this hypothesis will be. There is an other framework, precautionary principle. There is a principle which is polluter pay principle. If we are using, it is global common approach, if we are using a framework of precautionary principle, or so the research question will make, does the precautionary principle, so we were polluter pay principle, this is also the way to do this research. So if I will take that, who will, if it is economy, so who will pay for orbital taxes? Now, if it is, we are taking an example of polluter pay principle. So again, I'm repeating space law, space debris law, then to environmental lens, then to polluter pay principle focus, and we will come into the topic, and at the end we will make a, at the end what we will do, we will make a chapterization, and we will make a the whole the topic, and which topic is more suitable, then we will refine again our research. So I'll come to that part. So now I will come to the topic, because I have chosen the research framework for polluter pay principle. So I'm going to be this, who will going to pay, because I have, if you remember, I have chosen environmental sustainability and liability. So environmental sustainability, so who will, there's a principle I have chosen, and we were talking about around our thesis is going around with polluter pay principle. So what could be the hypothesis? So the hypothesis should be the polluter pay principle as a customary norms, international environmental law, create a non-derogable obligation for spacefaring state to internalize the environmental cost of orbital activities. And this research hypothesis, they be defining orbital debris as environmental contamination rather than abandoned party, and the international legal regime can move from fault-based liability model to the strict financial restitution model. That is central hypothesis manifested through a mandatory global orbital trust fund, and that bypasses the jurisdictional deadlocks of 1972 liability convention. Whenever we have this thing, so we understand that this is the central hypothesis. That means an idea which has popped up, and that idea is converted into a hypothesis, and based on hypothesis, we're going to break down the hypothesis. Breakdown of this hypothesis. So there is a shift in subject matter. Now you are hypothesizing. We should stop looking at debris as a space object. It is protected by sovereignty. So our whole things have shifted to now again and to refine that the space debris is a space object and protected by sovereignty, and start looking it as a waste subject to environmental regulation. To break down the first, second, the rebuttal of fault. You argue that the act of polluting is the harm itself. It is pollution. Is it space debris is a pollution? Then we have to understand that this is that this is a problem, and this is a part of the pollution. It is polluting the environment, heating up the universe, and this is how we were, and because the climate change is happening and all this is a part of one of the contributor to it. So when we understand, then this is a how we are going to, we shouldn't wait for a crash to trigger the law. So you propose that paying is not a fine but a license condition. If you want to use the global common of Leo, you must pay the cleaning fee upfront. So there is the sovereignty will take charge, And then it is because we were developing a topic, and in front of you, I'm developing the topic, but it is developed by AI. Now the core research question related to particular that topic. See, the thing is, again, I want to talk to people. See, the thing is, the most important part is whenever I'm breaking down the research thesis and all these things, it will take time. So how might be the question will comes to your mind that how it is going to change reducing your time. No. See, thesis is not a one day work or something. We have to understand that whenever you are researching that idea innovation, that's why I'm telling you that AI is not going to replace you. AI is just reducing the work, helping you like an assistant. You are an architect, and the rest of the construction level, like suppose I am an architect, I have designed something. So this is, you have to work as an architect in it. Then there are certain designer, this blocks required, from where this material will come. That is actually provided by you. That is important in whenever we were talking about that. Now, when we come back to the topic which we have chosen, so the first, whenever we decide a research question about it, so the first jurisdiction question will definitely come, that to what extent does the polluter pay principle qualify as a general principle law recognized by a civil nation? Under Article 38(1) ICJ statute, it is applicable to the extraterritorial environment of outer space. First question. So hypothesis is the breaking down. Then establish the, what we were doing is establishing the PPP is not just for earth, it is for universal legal requirement. It is not what we were trying to prove it, because space debris, nobody has taken action. The present situation you have to understand. Space debris, there are treaty, but how they are implementing, and nobody is taking care of the space debris. There is no rules are coming up. So that's why we were thinking about this topic. So we always take a niche topic. So whenever taking a niche topic, we have to understand that whether we have to be put it into this category. Suppose, for example, I'll just change the example over here. See, there is an um, chasing the modesty of the women, outrage the modesty of the women. Then there is a related to, then they sexual violence against women. Then they made a complete law for the working women. So how this is suggested, they have included the earlier it was not there in the law, that extension of your a notional extension of a workplace. So whenever it's a notional extension of the workplace happen, so it comes by the experience and the suggestion of your researcher. So these are the some of the things which you have to understand, that if we are putting this space debris part into the like this normal environment, so obviously this is a duty, and it is an extraterritorial environment of outer space. So how this is, you are establishing that it is power polluter pay principle is not just for earth, it is for universal legal requirement. That is the goal of giving this question. Now liability question. So Vienna Convention on the Law of Treaties to stretch old laws to fit new reality. So we have to be interpreted the laws in that way, the liability question will come. So this is how the liability question will come. Then does the payment, this other research question, pollution fee into multilateral fund provide a legal basis for the extinguishment of title over space debris, or allowing third entries perform debris without violating Article 8 of outer space? So this is how we make question. And whatever the main hypothesis, if you remember that the hypothesis main statement I have taken, that is breakdown into a different research question. Now whenever we have to be test the hypothesis, so then we have to apply, when first thing what we will do, methodology for the testing of hypothesis, analyzing the purpose of a space treaty and all these things, drawing from international oil pollution, IOPC fund, legal modeling, and then coming to the main part, how this methodology will work, how we will do. So whenever research paradigm, normative and teleological, since you teleological means like you are following a particular philosophy or particular, so a hypothesis is argo argue that should be how the law should be, rather than what the present law is, lex lata. These are both are Latin terms. You must justify your philosophical approach. So you have to apply. That's why the polluter pay principle is not only apply on Earth; it has to be applied on space debris. So we are given a solution as a researcher. So realism, what is real situation, and what is how polluter pay principle will apply. So what approach we will apply for a research method, as we were doing, like we were contributing on research methodology right now. I'm explaining about research methodology. So once the research question will prepare, we will go into a method. In this topic, the doctrinal method, obviously to hoops and silence to a doctrinal method, this treaty, then we can do a comparison that how the maritime law work, is it the same way the law and all these things, or the oil spill situation work, that will be work in that way. Now coming to the data selection and sources. So UN treaty, what you require? Space policy, the all these manual, the framework, limitation, then the limitation of polluter prey model is hard to enforce on military satellites. Obviously, this is a limitation, data scarcity on. Up AI, how AI will work into it. The whole topic we have chosen, research question, hypothesis, and which topic you have chosen, you have to apply your mind. So as I mentioned that I will see this lens, I will go with this way. So the topic, the mapping, when you are doing a mapping, the research rabbit is a good, I can say that research rabbit is easy to when you do a research. So map all papers that link polluter pay principle to maritime best, and like, because I'm taking the same topic, so you have to be taken this way. Then SCITIAI, Skitty AI, then you quote scholar, critic, application, wherever the limitation of polluter pay principle has given, will say this thing. And whenever it comes to the drafting, obviously there is a Claude 3.5. But there is how to go with the Claude and all these things. I'll come to that also. That is Claude is one of the app, one of the AI app, that how we use it. So how we, all this research we have done, how we use the AI, how we use the tool. I'll come one by one to it. Use Research Rabbit to find the founder papers of your topic. So first foremost thing, Research Rabbit. If you're not jotting it down, very good. If you're taking a screenshot, it's fine. So you have to use a Research Rabbit to find the founder papers of your topic. Then you have to be illicit to find empirical gap. That's again an app. You have to be see that what is the demography, what are the gaps, what are the things you have to put all the once you find the paper, when you finalize the paper, you get the crux, then you have to be synthesize it. Then you have to be use Jutaro and the Juris M plugin to ensure your legal citation are perfect from day one. That means whatever the law research, law things you are doing, or you have to be always validate your link. See, whenever you taken a some topic and giving a submitting somewhere or something, no, you have to be cross check every reference, because sometimes it is hallucination happen. Hallucination is a term which used in AI. That means sometimes the error happen. So that means sometimes it is a wrong source he has taken, or some personal source, or some personal blog, or some Wikipedia sources it was taken and not reference anywhere. So that's why that is, and there is a way nowadays, a blockchain platforms are there. The blockchain are there. Once the paper is submitted with a particular author, if you are stealing and all these things, I will come to ethics and all later on. But you have to understand that there is a blockchain framework where once the things have kept in that box, it will be not going to be changed, like the black box you remember for the airlines, and that's that black box. So same kind of this blockchain technique works. Now coming to the step 4, drafting. So there is an Claude 3.5 to rubber duck. Explain your what is rubber duck. You have seen the yellow rubber duck and all this. You'll take a small steps. So that rubber duck is policy you have to adopt. So that rubber duck policy means debugging all these things and explain your complex legal theory to AI to logical. Suppose I have to write, because thesis is not in simple 10-12 pages paper. You have to be research on each, and when you're writing a research, you're putting it crisp And when you are writing a thesis, you are elaborating everything and explaining everything like you are, like the things are explained in books. So, what kind of a prompt you have to give right now when you are choosing, you are start searching on it. Open Claude and instruct it to use a rubber duck debugger. Tell it your goal is to explain your thinking, and it is job is to, rubber duck means small step. It's job to listen, identify weak spot, and ask question rather than immediately solving the problem. So you have to be go one by one, asking question, putting your let's say what is space, define its space. What are the various, how people have defined space? What is, how when we were talking about the lower earth orbital, or how we were defining it in this way. So everything has to be reference over there whenever you are taking a paper. That's why once you will find, as I mentioned, research rabbit founder papers of your, which paper is actually trigger you to write this thing, then you have to understand that is a founding paper, and based on that founding paper you are finding a research gap, and on that base you are come. Now when prompt has given, it could be anything. What is this, what is that? So that's why initially I told you ki AI understand any word. It is not specific word use you like in your search and or this boolean words we were using. So these boolean search will work in that way, but here you can use an any words related to it, ki unfinished thoughts, if you are, or any emotional reaction bugs or confusing, go directly into the chat. So whatever the thoughts is coming to your mind related to a topic, keep searching on it and refining it. It is not easy that the prompt will give a result immediately. That will give a result, some result, but not a result which a researcher need. Now explain your code step by step. That means how the debugging will work. Explain your code step by step. Walk through your logic. Claude 3.5 is particularly good at recognizing contradictory codes or missing variable, acting as a cleaner mirror for your thought process. So how they are, if it is something which is you clearly defined, then it will remove the, all debugging will done. So once debugging will be done, you will get a better result. That's why people are suggesting Claude and Claude. Then wherever when it is gone to, like again the example will come with the space, then we have to be see the which sources we will use. We AI into that whenever AI work that integration will come, the research rabbit will play an important role. Research rabbit will give you the how the workflow will, how we'll get the paper. Then we have to be find out empirical data for elicit, and then we have to be finalizing and drafting state. That is how it started. Now when I have taken the topic, I have given this topic that like, okay, fix environmental lens is fixed. We were doing an polluter pay principle. And with the polluter pay principle, we were talking about environmental liability and sustainability we were talking about. But again, see, there is a way of writing a topic in a different way. And then when you chose the title, now we reach to that level when we chose the title. Suppose we chose the title and we have to be, and now like, suppose we have not chosen the title. Suppose we come as in chapterization. Okay, do the chapterization. It is the chapterization tragedy of orbital common, because he don't understand, he don't know that what kind of lens or what kind of specific, he is not, he don't understand that you have taken a polytope principle, because we were talking about it, he is not listening about it. So he don't know like what topic you have taken, so he has given a this chapterization. There is integrating thesis statement, integrating PP as a customary norm. If it is thinking evaluation of space debris kept, those soft law analysis, chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5, chapter 6, chapter 7. Up now, suppose I have chosen a topic specific. I've chosen a topic. It's looking very like it sounds good. From sovereignty to stewardship, a legal blueprint for a global orbital trust fund based on the Politer principle. Very specific topic I have taken. All are topic based on the orbit, but I have taken some sovereignty purpose. You understand that how many times I have written a prompt? earlier I have written a prompt of topic, then I have to choose a particular area, then into the area I have divided into the different terms, then I have chosen this thing, then okay, we will go for a, now I am again choosing that polluter pay principle, but I am going to sovereignty to stewardship, that how much my role and how much the government role, and that's the legal blueprint. So again, as I showed the chapterization to you, this is a chapterization, a general chapterization for polluter pay principle he has given. But the focus is again a different. Now, again, the shift the focus from purely theoretical debate to a functional solution oriented blueprint. Now, the whole chapterization will take some, like the whole chapterization, shift the focus to the functional solution. Now, chapterization adapt to emphasize the shift from ownership to responsibility. Okay, so polluter pay principle. Earlier, we were talking about that it is sovereign responsibility, like it is in polluter pay principle. Everyone has to be the government sovereign responsibility, and we will whosoever is polluting will pay for it. But here, the chapterization, as I changed our topic, ownership to responsibility, then again the thesis outline will come. Now we were talking earlier. We were talking not about trust fund. We were not talking about sovereignty deadlock. Okay, what will be the problem of the government, how we will take the perpetual jurisdiction, there is a liability gap, then there is a shifting of global commons. So earth is for all, we were actually the trusteeship when we were talking about the earth, the whole world is a trust and we were the trustees for it. So then in the global commons and all these things come. So again, the chapterization change. Normally, how it is helping. See, earlier you will going to irritate when your PhD supervisor is sending, throwing back, okay, this is wrong, this is right, this is not up to the mark, he's not able. So this is AI is helping you to understand that chapterization automatically, if you're putting a different prompt, if you're asking a different question, it is going to be changed different. And you have to be deep down into it, deep dive into it, then only you will understand that what topic and what things are going. Up coming back to these things, now I will take the question and hope you will understand that what I have explained and what kind of things I have covered. Because after taking question, I will continue the session. But before that, before coming to, and what's your expectation right now, I'm taking a break. I'm not going anywhere, but I'm taking a question. So you have a 5 minutes time. Just ask the question. I'm not going anywhere, but I want you to ask the question that what I have left and what kind of things you want to know from me. Yes, you have. I can see that I had opened the chat box. It is after good afternoon. Is there anything after English? And yes, you have to be, because so many participants are there. I think most we have a more registration, but I have seen less participation. We have more than 200 something, 200. Yes.
We have questions. Participants, you can write your questions in the chat box.
Yes, 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 please. Funny है, funny.
Please write down your questions.
Oh, so many questions. Okay. Start taking question.
Yes, ma'am. We have a lot of questions.
Okay. So we have a lot of questions. So like first, traditional method and all these things before I am coming, whether AI is reducing. Namrata, एक एक क्वेश्चन पढ़ते जाएंगे, अपन आंसर करते जाएंगे.
Sure, ma'am. I'll start.
Okay.
Uh,
Yes.
the first question is from just a second. Anusha Virupanavar. Sorry to mispronounce. Whether
Leave name, but just question.
Okay, whether AI is reducing our cognitive abilities.
Actually, not. I'll tell you why. I had given you an example of space law. Uh, because see, it is helping us because we are not every time in an academic environment, or we are not having a certain resources to help ourselves. But see, sometimes what I felt is it reduced my work because I am now as a from a journey from assistant professor to a principal or administrator. Now the work is reduced. Yes, cognitive abilities. Yes, we were not thinking in that way. For a new generation, for the new generation who are not like not want doesn't want to read and all these things. Yes, for their for them, I will suggest that they have to be read a lot because see, I know why I have when I have chosen the topic because I want to see and check the AI. Though then I have applied my mind because I have the idea about the topic and I have written a research paper on it. So I have a clear idea what space debris, and then I have given the topic. Just I want to see that how much it is reached to the because I'm an old school person. So how it is reached to that level? Yes, it is reaching by giving you a good vocabulary, by giving you a good, but yes, affecting cognitive abilities. If you are not able to, if you have don't have thing, see the most important research is what question, what right question you are asking. If it is you are not able to formulate that question in your mind, whatever the vague ideas and whatever the idea should come, and if it is idea is not new, nobody is going to read a research and nobody is going to approve your research because idea should be many of the time people will come that we'll do research in AI. What in AI? You want to do a comparative analysis of loss, or you want to do a particular you want to take a particular sector, you want to take a particular. That's why when I have given you the example by using AI, that's why it will give you an idea, then you have to be focused on this thing, and then what you have to be research, that is more important. So yes, reading is always a good habit, reading from the books is good habit, but when it is time is short, you can take the help of it. You can take as a tool. Like for I can remember everything, but I'm writing something. So that means it's not always a memory. Sometimes my memory is all going to full like a computer. So I can read and write and I can recall. See, when we do the research, I'll tell you we do the research, we gone for a training. So I have written everything in a book. I just take a look of it and I understand and recall all these things. That's important. Those who are not reading and those who are not, so obviously reducing cognitive abilities. Second,
Okay, next is
I reply for
how is Grok AI to verify the facts?
Walk AI. Walk AI is actually working. Those who don't understand, I'll tell you that Walk AI is working on the real time based data. So whenever it's the Walk AI work and these type of things work, that is taking information. See, language process model like the NLPs are taking a already historical part. Walk AI is a new thing. What they are taking is from the real time data, like chat up, you're taking from a Twitters, take from the your memes, take from the data from the like the news, TV. All this data are collected from. So the question is related to um, how we will verify it. No, yes, there is again. This is not very much reliable. Yes, you can confirm it with the news. As I told that human validation is like necessary for using AI. Hallucination is possible. Yes, next.
Okay. How we can take this information in our career progression?
how we take
how we can take this information in our career progression.
which information that coming from AI or coming from me?
Pawan, I think you need to clarify.
Pawan,
I guess
please. Pawan, open your mic and just let me know. It is information related to me. I'll answer in both ways. See, the information coming from me will help you to conduct another FDP, to understand the concept. And if it is from AI, information is whatever the information you are getting from AI is actually helpful, because see, it reduce your time and it focus your work, and you will, but again, you have to be apply your cognitive abilities to work on some innovative topic. See, when I have given a topic to someone, this idea generation is our thing. We have to be understand that we have to be generated idea. So this is going to be help. Doctrinal research from AI, we were okay. Because I'm start reading chat. So coming to the third question, if Pawan has replied, then let me know. Okay.
okay. Next is Pooja asked that can you give the list of prompt?
Okay, there is no listing of prompt. You have to be developed. I'll tell you, when we went for this training, we understand. That's why I given the formula. If you, I'll share that formula to you. That this is an create. That how you're going to create. So you have to be idea what focus has to how to give. You have to be acting as a. I'm a professor. I'm a doctor. I asking a question. I'm a patient asking a question. You have to give yourself a role, and then this is a way to write a prompt. You can't, it is the same way. I can't give my brain to someone. That's in the same way. It is prompting is something, the more, see, we have seen 3, 3, 4, 4, 15 pages prompt also. We are not writing 15 pages prompt. This is an engineer from Infosys. We have seen that like 15-page prompt. So that means writing each and everything. We ask that, like, see, if you are writing everything, asking for this. So what is the point of using AI? No, this is whenever the cost involved in that. See, he explained us that when the cost involved in that particular project about million trillions of dollars, then obviously 15-page ka prompt, if you are writing, then this is something which is going to worth it, because they are going to be the highest paid master of the world. So when they are paying you these things, so then it is going to be helpful for it. But there is no set formula, but with the practice, you will understand how to write a prompt, what is the correct prompt. And the most important part, which I forget to mention, that you have to be courteous enough to AI. You have to be say thankful. You have to be thank you, very good appreciation. Everybody required appreciation. And the engineer also told us that it works. And I also personally, whenever I have like used it, it actually works. Yes, next question.
Yes. Is there any AI for finding genuine case laws for legal research?
Yes, there are a lot of which I am going to cover. See, I'll share the screen. I already shared the screen. So wait a minute. My screen is there already, na? Huh.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. See, there is, whenever we were writing, I have written all tools to you. See, there are tools. I have collected all tools, and for this key takeaway, I have put it. That's why I will come to later on that eh, for case laws, there is an West law, there is an whenever there is an related to this data analysis, there is a case law analysis. Co-counsel, there's a Thomson Reuters, case text, Bharat Law AI, Lexis Plus, NVivo, it is for Connect version, NVivo 14 is working, AI augmented platform, Atlas AI, Max TQ. These are the essential tool related to if you are searching for, especially for case laws. And this is how we work, and more we research will give you, might be in the next FDP, if I do after 1 month, we will find a new new apps related to it.
Yes.
Yes, next.
Next question is it necessary to go technical like learning Python for future AI?
That's a very technical for me because I don't know about Python because I have not read Python. I'll tell you my background if you heard about the she's giving her introduction. I have learned by doing all this thing because I made a edtech for Indore. When I'm making a edtech, so whenever I'm making a edtech, I have gone through with different process with the back end, how the AI work, it started from because I have an interest in technology. So because of a friend from technological background. So when I have working on it, because technology is one thing where you research on it, because long before I have that that other languages and other but database to window programming to this AI generation. So I know about all this thing, but sorry, like I don't know about Python. What is the role of Python over here? I can reply for it immediately if you give me a minute by AI. But seriously, I don't know the meaning of it. Yes.
Yes.
Answer
Is
of it.
there any newsletter or journal which can say the latest niche areas or the latest news in law for writing a research paper?
It is what?
I think they're asking, is there any newsletter or journal which can help us in writing a research paper, which are the new area, latest areas?
Okay, that's I told you that newspaper is one of the thing. Whenever we have see how the research will come in picture, it's always when I'm writing business case studies. So it is always a trigger. So we will following business news as I am following leaflet. I'm following live laws. I'm following that's another this platform. That's live laws. I have told you there is another platform, the leaflet, and there is a news or verdict today. These all these things I'm using. So continuously the news. See how the new topic will burning topic, or you can say the highlights. So it will come into picture. Like suppose everyone is talking about law of war and again the prisoners of war, so again there is a question related to or the Gen Z roles or youth roles in like depending upon which kind of research we are doing. So leaflet I always like. There is a seminar also, one of the nowadays there is a magazine called Seminar. I used to read that seminar. The seminar give the full it's a magazine. You will find the old topics and archives. You will find everything. So seminar will discuss each and every aspect of the topic. So nowadays it is publishing or not, but old archives nowadays I'm not reading that, but it is very helpful at the time of when I was doing a research. Indian Law Institute, as I was teaching over there, the biggest library, and whenever you are a law student, when you will get the time to be in touch of the Indian Law Institute library, that's most important. And like you will be, if you're in touch, so you will get more information about it. If it is international law, so Indian Society of International New Delhi is there, their library to be visited frequently and get a notification from that website, so you will get updated out of it. And there is a lawyer's update also coming from Universal Law Publication House that will help them. Yes.
So why Zotero is to be connected with Juris?
Why Zotero is connected to a Juris? See that it is a writing skill, because see the thing is, if I am writing, if I'm talking about the specific cases, if I'm talking about the specific cases, we will have to have a specific language. See, for us, the legal language is very different. So that Zotero is helping. Zotero is using for collecting all data as grammatical and the writing part also. But writing in for the legal, it is very different. That's why we need lawyers. We need lawyers because they know legal law questions, and legal communication is very different. Otherwise हर आदमी अपना केस लेके खुद ही जा सकता है. But to understand laws, to understand the technicalities, to understand the all comma interpretation, semicolons, and meaning of all interpretation of all this thing, we require the same way work with the Zotero with this Juris.
Yes. So Research Rabbit, Elicit, Juris, are these platforms free or paid?
See, at a to some extent, it is all paid. To some extent, you will get the data out of it. But see, the thing is, how we use certain things. Chat GPT nowadays, जैसे Reliance model पे काम कर रहे हैं सब. They're working on a Reliance model. What is Reliance model? Geo model. See, once you will be habitual for using AI, then it has become payment. So that's simple. ChatGPT is also working on the same way. I'm not a company representative. I'm not or not be the person to criticize anything. But it is my personal opinion. They are working on a model of pehle give free data, then incoming, then they start charging on the rental because people were very used to for using it. So the same going to be happen with each and every app. And yes, most of the apps are paid if you want to take a full usage of it. But for Copilot and Gemini and all these things available for small work. So always they show that for every app that a pro version is there, the pro version is there. That means the improved version will get the full. Because when they are teaching us, they are also chat this Copilot and all these things they have shown. But that is their Microsoft version. So that is licensing version.
Yes. Shali has posted the question, AI use and plagiarism in research thesis. I guess it's incomplete question.
Okay, if it is research thesis and all, legal ethics, because see, other than me, that because if the question research thesis, obviously there is a way to humanize it, but I'll tell you that is going to be identified in that way because the footprint, as I told you, that nowadays the see academic integrity is the biggest thing. And academic integrity, if it is breached in foreign countries and other places, they are filing a big case. So don't do that. If it is your work, you have to be proper reference out of it. If it is proper, see, if you're collecting a data from AI, there is a referencing are coming, so you can take a reference out of it. So you can, whenever you are making, you have to be give a human touch. Plainly taking extracting from AI will not.
Yes. So what is the best way to keep AI and our content out of AI checker?
If that's that trick I have not learned. But yes, if it is a content is that's a humanization. There are apps. Ski space have certain yes, number the ski space is there. No?
Yes, ma'am.
That's a humanizing.
Yes.
So it's humanizing, they're doing a humanizing part, but how much we have not used it. But if it is humanizing, it has to be give your human touch. Like earlier in the research, when you are giving a synonym, so sometimes it will not detect. I have seen many of the read like you. So it is humanizing is, but I personally not use it.
Yes. If a person uses AI in research or drafting any petition, should the whole responsibility for in any AI hallucination be seen as human error or machine error? And should there be responsibility for the person who adapts AI?
That's again a very interesting one. See, the thing is, who is responsible? It is AI app is responsible. So, see, I'll tell you, it is if you are murdering a person, who is responsible? You are responsible, or a weapon who made that weapon is responsible, or it is licensing or without licensing. It is the same kind of question. So, you hope you understand this thing. It is not the revolver company is responsible for it. It is a person who is using it and making it is his own is responsible for it because it is a liability again. That who is liable for it? AI innovation. We are making a nuclear bomb, but who is going to use it? Who is going to be use it is penalized accordingly. It is and face the consequences accordingly. Yes.
Okay. How can researchers ensure the accuracy and reliability of AI data?
That again, I already informed that human validation is necessary. You have to be checked all the research points that these are the research point and these are the things we have to be see that these references are correct or not. Suppose he has given us some bogus the thing and when you are opening, it is not opening. It is not giving any just to sake of answering. It is something will come again. Human in loop is a term which is used. It has to be, we have to be checked that and we have to be validated by a human. That's important.
Yes, I think we have similar question. How to trust on AI generated material even after giving cautious prompt, considering the changing nature of algorithm. And the next question is also on the same line. Is there any reliability of the data provided by AI? Can we use these for the research purposes?
Okay. See that there are the way when we were there are the way when we were using our tools. So whenever we are taking collecting a data, sometimes statistia or sometime we were PricewaterhouseCoopers. There are four giants. Are the research connects are there. So these are the way from where we were taken. If the AI has taken a data from it, it is obviously reliable. If it has taken a data not from some database like PEW, it is a one of the site where we used to take our data when we were doing a conventional research. So if it is data collected from there, if it is data collected from NCRB, National Crime Record, obviously this is going to help. But I'll give you one thing also. See, always a human validation is important. Why it is important? Just when we were searching on the topic, it is giving some FDP happening. So it is, yes, machine learning is useful for AI because it can pick from anywhere, anything. If it is you are writing a suppose you are writing a English poetry, if it is something AI related, something is written, it will pick it from there also, though it is a very fictional thing. So there is a possibility. So you have to be human validation is important. That's most important thing.
We are doing doctrinal research from AI, but publishing are asking AI report. How?
AI report, yes. AI report, there is in softwares. There are nowadays software will detect AI. So that's why that's a concept of humanizing things comes from. So there is whenever you are taking a data, obviously the Turnitin is the software where you can see other software will also be there. I was aware of the Turnitin. So there is a report of AI. They will detect. Then a drill bit also is there where you are the university is using in the DAVB and all these universities are using. So they can detect AI also. But this text is copy from there. Yes.
Teaching students in the AI era is very difficult. What should be suitable pedagogy?
That's a question related to see if you are teaching kids, then it is you have to be very innovative. That's a pedagogy. And whenever you're talking about andragogy teaching an adult, so you have to what things you have to adopt. That's I'm going to clear it. See, whenever you are choosing a topic, whenever I'm asking to sending a notes, some of the time my teachers also giving a note from getting from AI. Okay, we were asking for this. As I mentioned earlier, if you're not in the initial at the time of when I'm taking lecture, started my lecture. See, when I was taking from 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock, I was invested my time to prepare an example, get an example that in a different way, space debris will give the space debris topic, get the examples. So I have to take one example to explain you the whole AI. So once I have taken this topic, I have to be what to be deep dive in. I will write important scope and all these words. No, I have to be write clearly and again I have to be refine my research. Then only I will read. So whenever you are making a notes and teaching what pedagogy you have to be adopt, you have to give them some practical aspects of it. You have to be find out. See, if you are a teacher and your students are adult, like I considering it like graduation student. If it is a graduation student, give certain kind of assignment that you have to be analyze and summarize of it. Obviously, they're going to use AI. That's a main concern. But whenever they are explaining, when they are explaining that thing, so all material is made by AI, but how you're going to explain, how you're going to interpret it, and how you're going to able to answer the question if you don't have the knowledge of that subject. So the most important is AI is just differentiating the work which can reduce, like suppose making a lesson plan, making all these things can be done by this, writing a mail by this. But when it is comes to this, give some portion of that book that, okay, finalize this question should be, this is a para of this particular case, or this is a para of this book. Constitutionalism is a concept. You have to be find out the different opinion about constitutionalism. So that should be the approach in my opinion, as a having a teaching experience of these many years. So I can say, and I can that I can reply in this way. That like, if you adopt all this thing, or you have my number and email ID, you can write to me. If it is some specific topic that I will also definitely going to help. Anything else?
Yes. Another question, how can a court of law allow AI-based data analysis when the data is taken from open sources, but the original owner has not confirmed or verified data, for example, data from UN, IMF, or World Bank?
See that who is telling you that like we can't take data of IMF? See, I'll tell you that if it is data is collected from, you have to mention that this is taken. That's why this is a risk initially. If you heard about ki, I have told you that you have to check the source whether this document which you are taking a topic is going to be uh, like you are going to be use that particular uh, data. You have access to the data. Sometimes we were writing a research paper, we don't have a subscription of that particular thing, then we will not get a data. Obviously, whenever is a copyrighted material, you have to be writer. Some people certain time write to me if it is not an open access. But if it is an open access, it is available. How you are comparing and what purpose you are using, you have to be mentioned about that this is from a Indian monetary international monetary fund. So you have to be explain that thing, and this is from the data. As I we were talking as we were giving a quotes of a personal. If we were giving a quote of suppose Mahatma Gandhi, if you are giving a quote of a this person or like Vivekanand. So how we were giving this, we were actually mentioning their name, proper reference, their name, and using the code that as said in this particular meeting on such and such dated. That's obviously court will going to accept. But it is, see, court has their own discretion, obviously, but they are not going to. It is can be used for at the time of when you are arguing and when you are giving a data. But it is their duty to verify in that way. Ki once it is verified data from your side, it has to be authentic source. Obviously, open sources are authentic source. It is not people are putting their data on open sources. It should be available to everywhere. Nowadays, various universities, libraries, international libraries are open for other people openly. That like there is an most of the Ivy business schools libraries are open, Harvard's are open for a reason, because see, the data is available. It should be, the knowledge is to spread, knowledge is to share. So that's why this things like you will get the data and like get a validation. And whenever we were doing research, we are taking a data in that way. But that should be the authority on that particular subject that makes a role.
Yes. The last question, what is the benefit of using AI-powered legal research tools over traditional searches?
What is?
What is the benefit of
Okay,
using
benefit.
AI-powered?
Okay.
Yes.
Benefit, I already told that benefit is speedy, not accurate. You have to be validate. You have to be, it's not you're given a command and you are giving have to be. I'll tell you, there is a robot who cleaned the house. You have to give Wi-Fi. You have to be give. Don't do. They're not doing any intellect work. But we have to be. We have to be there. Either charge is there. It is not prompt. If Wi-Fi is working, or it is not stuck anywhere. If it is moving back. So there is certain human validation. It is, that's why people are saying that AI is not replacing the women, replacing the persons. It is replacing. It is only giving a shorten your the hard work, labor work, that the manual work which you are doing. It is going to reduce that time. That is more important, because your time is money, and that time, if you are utilizing in some work which can be done by AI tools, then. But yes, if it is my opinion, whenever you are, that's why the people are not doing research on a good topics. Why? Because their cognitive skill, the very first question which is asked by someone, that cognitive ability is reducing because of they are more dependent on phone. They can't live without phone. They can't live without apps. They don't know how to search and browse. I am well versed. I become in this age become well versed because I have a knowledge of that particular subject. So we all do agree for it. And whenever, if it is knowledge of that particular subject you have, then you can understand. Validation will come from your knowledge only. So that was very much required. So it's a mixed combination, like the mixed research when we were doing in law. So that's about. Anything else?
Yes, we are done with questions.
Okay. So we were done with the question. Anything else if you want to ask, because we are the host and we were organizing it. Hope you like this session and hope I have did justice to the session. That's I can there's a reaction, the icon is also there, so you can give the reaction for it if I have did justice for the whatever we have done. And the whatever the lecture I have taken, go, because we were from the same fraternity. So whatever the things, if I have missed, I am ready to take in any other last session or whatever. If you think that I have to take another session related to it, so in that way, what we can do is you can write to Namrata. We can arrange another lecture for it. It is a simple 1 day lecture we can do. It's could be the part of FDP or could not be the part of FDP. That's possible. So that's from my side. Anything else? What I'm doing to all of you is I'm sharing this document, what I have used, and this is might be if it has helped you, but definitely I can share. Um, Namrata, I can share in this chat that word
File.
file and
Yes,
not
you
the
can.
word file, the tools.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Stop sharing. Wait a minute. Anything else if somebody wants to say? I'm here. I'm open their mics if it is possible. I can share the document now.
Yes, ma'am. I think you can upload the document in the
Okay.
chat box. Yes, you can.
Okay. I have not I have not discussed all AI tools with everyone because I don't want to go in detail. But yes, definitely, what I'm going to do is I'm sharing in chat that file. Just please check. I have sent the document which is related to which all tools which I have mentioned you that I have not explained. If you want, I'll explain right now. I don't mind like explaining all this thing. So there is an every possible see, this is not through came from AI. This is we collected from that okay topic refinement and all. Yes, just one thing I want to explain. Whenever you are defining a topic, now the document is with you can see when you define the when you define the topic, consensus, semantic scholar, perplexity, or the literature review, connected paper, research rabbit, lit maps, illicit can use, reading and knowledge synthesis. That's ski space, scholarly, notebook, LLM, and how we use it. And that's I also showed in when I chosen the topic. Drafting, paperpal, rightful, typesetter, ski space, Jotaro. For legal citation, there is a plugin for Jotaro, Paperpower, Claude AI, Gen AI, Thesify, Heuristica, data analysis. There is some data analysis, but the case law analysis. Somebody has asked co-counsel case text, Bharat Law, LexisNexis, NVivo, Westlaw. I have forget, might be I have mentioned somewhere, and Atlas TI, Max QDA. So essential tool for latest is applicable. If you not feel like so, mostly for law, international aspect, case laws, everything I have given over here. So this is about the whole lecture. So that's in capsule class for whatever we have studied in 2 3 days and additional whatever my experiences. Feedback form मांग रहे भाई आपको सब.
We will share the feedback form in WhatsApp group. Can we conclude now?
So I'm thankful to organizers, especially my dearest faculty Namrata, my other faculty Digvijay Singh Chauhan, and I'm thankful to having me and giving me this session. Otherwise, they are giving to the outsider also. They are not giving to me, so they are giving to the outsiders. So they have, but fortunately, I get the chance to meet all of you, and still I can see the 140 participants. I want that if you open a camera, we'll click a photo just for my
Yes.
remembrance. I will ask to everyone, please, if you, for my remembrance, if you open your camera, so I can be, you have to be, Namrata, you have to unpin yourself, and then the
Okay.
all people will be there on through you on the screen, the
I
full
can
screen.
see everyone on the screen. I'll click a picture.
Okay. So please open, if you can open your camera, because, and I'm thankful from all over India, you all have joined. So thank you.
Please
And
switch
please,
on your camera. Still, we have few people. Yes.
still you have time, you
Okay.
can open your camera. Yes. Thank you, all of you. Thank you for having me here. Thank you, Namrata. Thank you, all the
Okay.
participants, and they're
Let
there.
me give vote of thanks, ma'am.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay. So, thank you, ma'am, for this intellectually stimulating session. You have perfectly demonstrated how AI is not just a tool, but a powerful catalyst for high integrity legal research. Your session raised from the concept of AI to sharing how to give prompts for better result and tools that are helpful for legal research. You shared the create formula for writing better prompt, hypothesis writing, and testing hypothesis. AI tools like Research Rabbit, Elicit, Jotero to help in research with focus on human validation. Thank you for the insightful session. As
Thank you.
as we conclude our first session, I extend deepest gratitude to our resource person for sharing your profound expertise in AI integration and for setting such a visionary tone for this FTP. We are grateful to the Acropolis group of institutions for providing the platform and legacy that allows us to host such high caliber academic events. Finally, thank you to all the participants for your active engagement and vibrant presence. The link for the assessment and feedback will be shared in the WhatsApp group. Thank you for joining us. See you tomorrow. Thank
I'll
you.
take one more photo because people are opening the camera now.
Yes, I'll do this. Okay. Done.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
And
everyone.
assessment, when you are giving them assessment.
Immediately, I'll be sending an assessment.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.